Only Jesus can save you. Too many people nowadays, they look for other things to save them. Some people try to find fulfillment in drugs. Some people try to find it in alcohol. Some people try to find it in relationships and chasing the world and sports and all these different aspects. But the only person that could really save you, the other person that could give you peace, is Jesus Christ. Sometimes it baffles me how hard people go over things that don't even have no meaningful use. People will go hard over sports. People will debate with you who the best basketball player is of all time. People will be like, oh no, it's LeBron. Oh no, it's Jordan. Oh no, it's Kobe. It's Steph Curry. People will debate about who the best football player is. Oh no, it's Jim Brown. Oh no, it's Tom Brady. People debate about politics. People be like, oh no, I'm a Democrat. Oh no, I'm a Republican. Oh, I'm independent. Listen, all of that stuff, no meaningful use. The only person who can save you in the end is Jesus Christ. And this is what people need to understand. It's like a lot of people, they're not willing to hear it. And you have to understand, you could spend all your whole life chasing all these things. Chasing politics. Chasing relationships. Chasing all these various aspects. Chasing sports. Chasing relationships and all these different aspects, right? And yet you still not be pleased in the end. And yet you still not be fulfilled in the end. Because the only person who can fulfill you is Jesus Christ. Because he's the only one who can fulfill your soul. All these things that people chase, it might just give you temporary use. You go crazy over the basketball game, but then guess what? Afterwards, you probably only. People go all their whole life chasing behind that man, chasing behind that woman. That person probably still don't want you. And yet you still chasing after him. And yet you stuck feeling lonely in the end. Feeling betrayed. So many people, they put their hope in politicians, put their hope in political parties like Democrat, Republican, Independent. And then guess what? Their political party that they have their full faith and trust in, it ends up doing something they don't like. Next then all of a sudden man say, I can't believe they would do this. I can't believe they would do that. And guess what? They feel betrayed. But guess what? The only person who can fulfill you is Christ himself. He's the only one who's coming to save you. All the things that's happening in the world, we got famines, food shortages. You got all these different diseases that's spreading. We've had plagues like COVID-19 a few years ago. You got all these different viruses that's out nowadays. And people are saying, what's our government doing to save us? What's our government going to do to us? Now you got job shortages. People are struggling to find a job. Now you got people to where all these different jobs, right? They're now cutting back on jobs. People are being laid off from their job. People are being fired. And people are saying, what is the government doing to help us? Listen, when you got God on your side, you ain't got to worry too much about that stuff because God's always going to make a way. There'll be like 1 million people, right? There's only like 10 jobs left. And God will allow you to have a job if that's in his will. If you're one of his followers. Nowadays, God, he's putting his people. He's developing more of an entrepreneur mindset, especially in the younger Christians, like in my age group and even some of the older ones. But even then, God will always make a way. This is why I said that only Jesus can save you. People say, oh, I should not get married because there's no good people around. There's no more good men. There's no more good women, right? But then guess what? You're saying that, but yet there's still followers of Christ being married. Because guess what? There's still genuine people out there. But then, because a lot of people don't have their full faith and trust in God, they're ready to give up. They're ready to crash out. Now you got people talking about, oh, I can't find no job. I can't take off in life. I gotta go out and rob people. I gotta go out and sell drugs. Cause that's the only way. No, that's not the only way. You're choosing to do it because you're trying to do it your own way instead of trying to do it God's way. You see, people try to do stuff their own way, they'll always end up losing in the end. Because when you try to do stuff your own way, it doesn't work. Then you try to keep figuring out what to do. And this is how sometimes people try to turn to a life of crime, right? Versus you relying on God to help you. Of course, faith without works is dead. Of course, when God, if like for example, you're looking for a job, you still need to go out and put that job application in. You can't sit down on the couch and say, oh, God just gonna hand me a job. I'm gonna sit down and sleep all day. No, you still gotta put the work in. But still though, God, he'll provide the right opportunity when he sees you trying. When you fall in the Most High, he'll always provide the right opportunity for you to succeed, for you to be successful. And this is what people gotta understand. People be trying to find other ways to fulfill them, other ways to save them. Nothing can save you besides Jesus Christ. Guess what? In the end, he's the only one to where his opinion is going to be the only thing that really matters in the end. Because Judgment Day, your government can't save you, your family can't save you, your politicians can't save you, your relationships can't save you. None of that stuff can save you. The only person who can save you in the end is Christ. When Christ is on your side, he'll always make a way for you to succeed. There'll be no food left, and God will still find a way for you to get food. He'll even put in your neighbor's spirit to go and give you some food. He put it on your neighbor's mind to go and give you some water. God always looks out for his people. That's what people gotta understand. People be looking for all this stuff to fulfill them. Like, I don't understand. Like, some people, they really have their mind in this world too much, and it's really sad to see. People spend their whole life chasing this world, and a lot of them end up with nothing in the end. A lot of times, people, they'll spend their whole life chasing the whole world, right? In their 20s and 30s. And then they want to try and run to God in their 40s, 50s, and 60s with all that baggage, with all that drama, after they just worn themselves out. They want to give God the tired version of them, rather than giving God their best. And yet, you think God is pleased with that. When you're in your prime, when you're young and strong, you can give it to the kingdom of heaven, but yet you choose to give it to the kingdom of darkness. People want to sleep around and chase politics, chase drugs, alcohol, women, men in their young years, and they want to run to God later on in their 40s and 50s, that God allows them to live that long. They want to run to God after they're worn their whole selves out. I see too many people do it. Listen, you want to have your path straight, you want to have a great life from the beginning, from your young years, start with God. Start with Jesus. He's the only one who could save you. You try to listen to anybody else, your friends, your family, if they don't have God, you're listening to dead-end advice. Because guess what? A lot of them be trying to give you life advice, right? All these advice, relationships, and all this stuff. But yeah, how many of them succeed in life? How did any of them get anywhere in life? Many of them didn't. But yeah, so many people, they're willing to listen to them. So many people, they're willing to take advice from them. Listen, y'all, you gotta be smart, you gotta be wise. Only person who can save you is the Most High. Only Jesus Christ can save you. Only you following his plans can save you in the end, nothing else. Nobody else can save you. People gotta understand this. We're in the last days. We're gonna see a lot of stuff increase. You see all these things happening, like the Charlotte stabbing on the train. All these crimes that's happening in New York. A guy walked into a house, set 2 people on fire. Like, all this wickedness is going to increase, like the Bible said. That's why you got to keep your mind in Christ to have him, because he's the only one who can protect you. People be talking about, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to buy that, I'm going to get pepper spray and all that. Guess what? If someone attacks you from behind, that stuff has no meaningful use if you can't see what's behind you. I'm not saying you can't stay fully prepared. Even David said God trains his hands like a boxer. Even Jesus told the disciples to sell everything they have and to have a sword to defend themselves. So ain't nothing wrong with being prepared, getting your body in shape. But still, though, always rely on God to be your source of strength. Always rely on God to be your refuge. Always rely on him to save you. Because in the end, he's the only one who can protect you. He's the only one who can make a way for you. Because guess what? All these companies, they could guarantee this to you. Politicians will say, I'll do this for you, I'll do that. Companies will say, I'll do this for you, I'll do that. And half the time, these things fall in deaf ears. Half the time, these promises don't even come to pass. That's why you should have your trust in Most High. When you got your trust in Most High, you know God is always going to have your back. God going to always make sure you straight. God's going to always make sure you taken care of. That's what people got to understand now. But you see a lot of people, they still continue to chase this world. They still continue to chase things that have no meaningful use in the end. Listen, y'all, be smart. Don't be like many people trying to rely on all these things to save you. Because it's not going to save you. Listen, too many people, they spend their time focused on nonsense. And it's very sad. The amount of people I see worrying about politics, worrying about the next sports game. Like, it's sad. Like, people nowadays, they could tell you how many sports the average NBA player is averaging. They could tell you their points. They could tell you their assists. They could tell you how many rebounds. They could tell you how many touchdowns a football player is having. But yet they can't talk about their walk with God. Yet they can't tell you about the Most High. A lot of people gotta get it together. Especially a lot of men, because man is really the head of the household. Some men be wondering why some women don't respect them, but sometimes you gotta evaluate yourself as a man. You really want women to respect you, and yet you over obsessive about sports and all this all day. You gotta prove yourself as a man first. Prove yourself as a provider. Listen, ain't nothing wrong with watching sports and keep up with politics and watching news. Ain't nothing wrong with that, because we're still in the real world. But don't let it come first place in your life. Don't rely on it to save you. Your source of strength is God, because that Bible is what's going to make you a man. The Bible is what's going to make you a woman. That's what's going to mold you into what God wants you to be. That's what's going to mold you into being a warrior for God. That's going to make your life straight. You following God's plan, and that's the only thing that can save you. That's the only thing that give you peace and joy and fulfillment in the end. But nevertheless, guys, if you like this video, give it a like, share it, and subscribe. And do not follow many people chasing this world. Because this world is soon to be destroyed by Most High. Because like the Bible said, God's going to create a new heaven and a new earth.